Here at CyberForce Q, one of the things that we believe in wholeheartedly is the value in measuring cybersecurity program advancement. This is how we demonstrate value, justify spending, and find assurance that we're making the best possible strategic decisions. To be frank, there's only so much confidence that we can hold in subjective measurement, such as gap assessments and point-in-time audits. While these forms of measurement have their place, particularly for launching security programs, they just aren't as useful in the long term. Subjective measurement comes with a ceiling. In contrast, we know that operational metrics and KPIs are the marks of mature cyber programs. Now, these typically aren't the place to start, but they're excellent for programs that are ready to take the next step. What I'll do now is highlight a couple different types of security metrics that you might find useful. While there aren't any hard rules, you'll find that they generally build upon one another in sophistication. For context, I'll be using security awareness training as the topical area for these metrics. While the concept can be applied to any control, I found that this is often one of the best places to start when it comes to metric-driven advancement. The first form of metric is what we call a metric of validation. The purpose is exactly like it sounds. It's a metric that helps build upon previously subjective measurement with continuous reporting. Let's say that in the early stages of your security program, you conduct a gap assessment. You declare that you do in fact have a security awareness program, that everyone in your company goes through it, and that it's generally working well. Okay, that's great. We can start there. One of the things that we'll want to do is get some metrics in place. A metric of validation might be a quarterly report of the percentage of your workforce to go through and complete training within the last 90 days. Did you catch the distinction there? Unlike the gap assessment, this metric requires data. Metrics of validation are useful because they eliminate subjectivity, and they're geared for continuous reporting at regular intervals. The next stage of advancement is to implement measures of effectiveness. This is where things start to get interesting, because we can start to understand the benefit of our security controls. An example metric of effectiveness might be to report upon the percentage of your workforce to click on the link in your last phishing campaign. When reported upon over time, we begin to understand if the security awareness training program is providing real security value. The final and most advanced stage of metric advancement is to measure efficiency. These metrics are by far the most interesting. In a measure of efficiency, we'd seek to contrast a validation or effectiveness metric with the amount of resource that's needed to achieve the observed result. For example, let's use the phishing campaign click rate again. With an efficiency metric, we'd compare that click rate to the cost of the security awareness platform and the administrative overhead that was necessary to achieve the observed result. The cool thing here is that we can start to identify how to prioritize resources and which technologies are more effective than others. These metrics get even more useful when compared between organizations in a collective model. I hope that this video was interesting to you and gave you some ideas for how to better measure your security program. If you could use some help, you're in the right place. This is our specialty. We even have the ability to implement automated and dynamic metrics into security programs. We'd be happy to work together to help identify how your organization can advance its maturity and its ability to measure cyber success. Thank you for watching. Hope to hear from you soon.